These are the 100% sportsmanship moments in cricket history. And first, KL Rahul earned massive respect by admitting a catch wasn't clean.
Catch is taken. No, catch is not taken. Rahul. Jadeja was running towards him. And immediately the honesty of KL Rahul said no, it bounced. Fantastic sportsmanship by Rahul.
So you look at this clapping here and then put the thumbs up. It's excellent work there.
No drama, just honesty. Even the umpire was impressed. But if you thought that was inspiring, wait till you see what Marva Natapattu did. During a match between Sri Lanka and Australia, Andrew Symonds got a clear inside edge onto his pads.
That's close. That's gone. Peter Manuel has raised the finger.
The Sri Lankan players went up with a loud appeal, and the umpire gave him out.
Oh my God, he smashed that. Unhappy, he has smashed that into his pads. Well, there you go. My goodness gracious, man.
Symonds began walking back, but Natapattu knew it wasn't right. He stepped in, told the umpire what really happened, and called Symonds back.
Has he been called back? This is incredible. What a magnificent gesture. Sportsmanship lives.
But sometimes, the most touching moments come from the youngest players. In an under-19 World Cup game, a young West Indies batter was struggling with painful leg cramps. And in a beautiful show of sportsmanship, the New Zealand players carried him off the field. Because sometimes, being human matters more than being competitive. Sehwag and Shoaib Akhtar, one of the fiercest rivalries in cricket. When Shoaib was injured and struggling to walk, it was Sehwag who stepped forward, offering a helping hand. True sportsmanship knows no rivalry, no boundary, no flag. Just like when Bangladeshi cricketer Jakar Ali ran 2 easy runs but refused to take the third after seeing a West Indies player injured on the field. A moment of humanity over victory, because true greatness isn't measured by runs or wickets, but by the respect you earn. And even today, that spirit lives on in players like Pat Cummins. 2022 was a landmark year for him. He became the first fast bowler to captain Australia's ODI team and led the Ashes to a 4-0 win. But the most powerful moment didn't happen on the pitch. It happened in the celebration. Pat Cummins asked his teammates to put the drinks away and called Usman Khawaja back into the center of the victory photo, respecting Khawaja's religious beliefs. That's not just leadership, that's brotherhood. But some gestures hit you right in the heart, literally. During a 2012 IPL match, Chris Gill was smashing sixes all over the ground. Sadly, one of his massive sixes struck an 11-year-old girl named Tia in the face, breaking her nose. When Gale heard what had happened, he rushed to visit her in the hospital. Seeing her bandage broke his heart, but the moment Tia saw him, she smiled and said, "Chill, I'm fine." Her surgery went well, and she recovered quickly. Gale later arranged for Tia to be a VIP guest at their next match. A scary moment turned into something unforgettable. But there was a moment with Virat Kohli that truly became unforgettable. December 24, 2009. That day, he scored his maiden ODI century against Sri Lanka.
The first 100 for Virat Kohli in one-day internationals. And it's a brilliant innings under pressure.
In that same match, Gautam Gambhir also scored 150 and was awarded man of the match. But Gambhir decided to hand the award to young Kohli, making his first century even more memorable. That's why Gambhir is called the true champion, because real winners lift others up. These words instantly reminded us of the 2015 World Cup semi-final, South Africa versus New Zealand, one of the greatest matches in cricket history. In the intense final over, Grant Elliott hit the winning runs.
Grant Elliott, Superman! South Africa despair! They're down on their knees!
Dale Steyn, devastated, sank to the ground. The crowd exploded. Teammates celebrated. but Elliott turned around and lifted Steyn up. It gave cricket one of its most iconic images, a true moment of respect in the middle of heartbreak. On June 22, 2017, Afghanistan was awarded full member status alongside Ireland by the ICC. Soon after, they played their first ever test match against India. India won comfortably, but during the celebration photo session, Ajinkya Rahane did something unforgettable. He invited the Afghan players to join in, stood proudly beside them, and smiled, because history is meant to be shared. Just like Rahane's gesture of unity, Virat Kohli showed us the true meaning of respect. During the 2019 World Cup, Steve Smith returned after his ban for the ball tampering incident. The crowd booed him heavily, but Kohli, the Indian captain, turned to the fans and signaled them to stop. He said, "Applaud him, he's playing well." A truly wholesome moment, and it wasn't the only time cricket reminded us what true sportsmanship looks like. Dangle Vettori, a calm figure, a respected player. In one match, Paul Collingwood wandered out of his crease thinking the over was complete. New Zealand's keeper, Brendan McCullum, appealed for a run-out.
That is a case of judging whether Collingwood is out of his ground. He was way out of his ground.
Just wanders out of his crease, I think. Yeah, he does. Well, technically it's out.
Ground. Out.
How deep are those scars from what happened at the Oval? I think this is what it might be about. How deep are those scars?
But after consulting with the umpires, Vettori withdrew the appeal, upholding the spirit of cricket. No words were needed. The gesture said it all. Just like when Sachin Tendulkar honored Steve Waugh in his farewell test, Sachin stepped forward with a speech filled with admiration and respect.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Steve Waugh, because to all us youngsters, I'm quite younger to him, he's been an inspiration, and we watched him all the way playing and setting great examples for us. Steve, I'd like to wish you all the very best in life. Thank you so much.
This is not going to be a happy situation here. That's carelessness, but it's not a happy situation.
And that's what he's done. So Ian Bell is coming out. So all the boos have been replaced by cheers.
In 2011, MS Dhoni, the master of calm, once again showed why grace always wins.
The ball has not touched the boundary as far as we can see.
During a test match, Ian Bell wandered out of his crease, thinking the ball was dead.
The ball isn't dead.
The bails were taken off and he was given out, legally.
I don't think it's really in the spirit of the game, to be fair. It's definitely not in the spirit of the game, and it's a pretty ordinary moment, to be honest. But if you go by the letter of the law, the ball was still alive and they just walked out of their crease. But in the spirit of the game, that's not on.
But Dhoni, believing Bell hadn't meant to take a run, called him back after tea.
Because what has clearly happened here, unbeknownst to us, MS Dhoni has withdrawn his appeal, clearly.
India eventually lost the match, but Dhoni's gesture won millions of hearts. And then there was Andrew Flintoff. 2005 Ashes, a match for the ages. England won by just 2 runs, an edge-of-the-seat thriller. Brett Lee, after a valiant fight, dropped to his knees in heartbreak. Andrew Flintoff didn't celebrate wildly. He knelt beside him and placed a comforting hand on his shoulder, a gesture that said more than words ever could. But what Adam Gilchrist did was something only the bravest can do. In the 2003 World Cup semi-final against Sri Lanka, Gilchrist nicked a ball, but wasn't given out. In an important match with everything at stake, Gilchrist walked off on his own, without waiting for the umpire's decision.
Here we are in the semi-final of World Cup cricket, and Adam Gilchrist has played a sweep shot. They've gone up. The umpire didn't look to me as if he was going to give him out, and Adam Gilchrist has walked off the ground. That is great. Might have been a bit of each. It was nicely taken. Sangakkara moving quickly. He was in no doubt.
If you thought these moments were beautiful, wait till you see the scariest ones. Cricket moments filled with fear, chaos, and pure shock. This video's packed with them. Click here and watch it now.